experience executive dysfunction, it feels like this weight on your chest, where it's difficult to breathe and you get overwhelmed by all the things that you want to do and you just don't know where to start, and the feeling crushes your chest more, and so you decide, I'll do this later. And all of the 100 things that you wanted to do gets dropped and saved for a later point in time. Only when you go back to revisit them again, it becomes more of a crushing weight over and over and over again. I am very familiar with this feeling on a personal level, and I was just sitting here having that experience, and I was about to walk away. And then I realized I have all these tools that I talk about that I use with my clients. It's time I use these tools for myself on a more consistent basis. When I was learning how to use these tools, I used them all the time. And then you get to a point where you're like, oh, I'm good. But the truth is, healing is a lifelong journey, and we have to keep doing the work. So if you are here, this video is for you. And chances are, because we are both humans, more than likely, we have similar shared experiences, and we can all have these trapped emotions that can affect the executive dysfunction on a personal level. So I invite you now, if it feels safe to do so, to go ahead and close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. Now we're going to be releasing some trapped emotions that are stored in the body, contributing to our executive dysfunction. All right, I will start finding these trapped emotions. You can keep your eyes closed if you like, and just listen, or you can watch me go through the emotion code. Do we have trapped emotions attributing to our executive dysfunction? The answer is yes. And I have my emotion code chart on my screen. I'm not so fancy that I can share my screen with you. I'm not on Zoom. The camera on Zoom sucks. Okay, so column A, even rows. 1, abandonment, betrayal. Okay, so we have some betrayal here, which makes sense. If you're feeling betrayed, you are less likely to want to do something, which can add add to the feeling of overwhelm. So, or maybe it's, as you hear this word, something else comes to mind. Just run with that. What's true for you is more important than what I think. Okay? My own experience is different from yours. To release this trapped emotion, we're going to take our right hand, or left hand if you prefer, start in front of your forehead, put your palm in front of your forehead, and just run your head over the top of your head down towards your shoulders 3 times. Then I like to shake my hand out. Have we released this trapped emotion? The answer is yes. Do we have any more trapped emotions contributing to executive dysfunction? Okay, column A, even rows. 1, 3. Crying, discouragement. This makes sense. You get discouraged, you don't want to keep doing things, right? It's all part of it. Take a nice deep inhale and bring your hand back to the center of your forehead and swipe 3 times. And exhale, release this trapped emotion of discouragement. Shake out your hand if you like. Have you release this trapped emotion? Do we have any more trapped emotions? Column A, even rows. 1. 1. Abandonment, betrayal. So we have some more betrayal. Do we have more than one instance of betrayal that's contributing to the executive dysfunction? No. Okay. So that's a little thing that I've created in addition to the normal emotion code. And if it shows up, we'll talk about it more. Go ahead and swipe 3 times over your head. Shake it out. Have you release this trapped emotion? Do you have any more trapped emotions contributing to executive dysfunction? Column A, even rose, 1, 3, confusion, defensiveness. So we have some defensiveness. Do we have more than one instance? The answer is no. Go ahead and swipe 3 times. And I should have thought to mention to really think about how you're feeling beforehand so we can compare to how you're feeling after, but I'm just going to kind of bring that up now. Just pay attention to how you're feeling, how this is shifting for you as we're releasing these trapped emotions. Have you released defensiveness? Do we have any more trapped emotions? Column A, even rose, 1, abandonment, betrayal, forlorn. Take a nice deep breath and swipe 3 times, releasing the trapped emotion of forlorn. Shake it out. I can still feel a heaviness in my chest, but my stomach feels softer and more relaxed. Do we have any more trapped emotions? Column A, even rose, 1, 3, 5. Oh, let me just flip over here. Blaming, dread. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I know I dread all the things that I have to do oftentimes. Let's swipe 3 times, inhaling, exhaling, giving yourself permission to release these trapped emotions. Ooh, my neck just relaxed a little bit. My chest feels a little better. I can still feel there's some crushing weight there. We've released this trapped emotion. Do we have any more trapped emotions? Column A, even rose, 1. Let's go back up. Abandonment. So we have some abandonment here, right? Not doing the things you're supposed to be doing. People can kind of turn their back on you for feeling disappointed in you, or who knows, maybe a number of other scenarios are coming to mind for you. Inhaling, permission, exhale, release. Good. I've released this trapped emotion. Do we have any more trapped emotions? Okay, so there's only so many trapped emotions that our subconscious mind knows our body is ready to release at a time. Less is more is what I've come to realize when it comes to doing energy work. Over the years of working with clients, I'll have them come to me and say, wow, that one session was finally the session that really fixed the problem. And I say, no, it wasn't just this session that finally fixed the problem. It was all of the other work that you've done up to this point that it's allowed this session to finally work, right? It's like molding, sculpting a sculpture, right? We have to chip at it a little at a time. You don't just hit the hammer once and it's a sculpture, right? We're not Harry Potter. You have to work at it slowly over time, and that's what healing is like. We're slowly chipping away at our wounding, our trapped energies, and eventually we'll get to a point where we can see the face or the arm, right? And eventually we'll have a sculpture. But life happens, erosion happens, you know, for example. We have to continue working on our sculpture over time, right? New materials come available. You want to, you know, it's like a painter says a painting is never truly finished, right? Same thing with our healing journey. So now I'm just going to lead us through a brief tapping session. You can tap with me. We're going to be hitting just a few points, and just allowing ourselves and giving ourselves permission to kind of release some of the triggers that have conditioned us to continue this pattern of executive dysfunction. So you tap here at the side of your palm, right here along the meaty part. What is it? I can't remember. I was trying to be nerdy and remember what it's called, but I can't. This is the thenar eminence, hypothenar, whatever. Okay. So, even though I have executive dysfunction and all of these trapped emotions, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I experience executive dysfunction and have trapped emotions as a result, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I have experienced executive dysfunction as a result of trapped emotions, I deeply and completely accept myself. We're now going to go to the corner of your eyebrow here. Oop, not flipping you off. There's the corner of the eyebrow, inside, outside, directly under your pupil, between your nose and your lip, between your chin and your bottom lip. Then we're going to find our collarbone and go right to you can feel the rib right under the collarbone. And there's a point right in line with your nipple on the side of your ribs, and then the top of your head. So we're going to tap these points. I experience feelings of overwhelm, and it makes me not want to do anything. My chest feels heavy. It's hard to breathe. All of the things that I have to do comes crashing down on me. It makes me feel helpless and forlorn. And I walk away and don't do any of it, only thereby increasing the executive dysfunction and the weight and the stress of all of the things that I have to do. When we're tapping, it's really important that we say out loud all of the bad stuff, because what happens is as we're tapping, it retrains the amygdala to no longer be triggered by the bad things. So continue tapping and use your own version of what it feels like to have this executive dysfunction, what it leads to, the feelings that you have as a result. You can use either side of your body. It doesn't matter what side. You can switch sides. You can stay on one side or the other. I feel overwhelmed. I feel like a failure, like I'm useless, like I'm never good enough. It doesn't matter what I do. Nothing's going to work anyway, so why bother trying? Really feel that energy. Breathing. Inhaling, permission, exhale, release all of these negative thoughts, these feelings, right? And then we're going to end with a reframe. Even though I have this executive dysfunction, I can calm myself down and I can focus on one thing to accomplish at a time. And when I accomplish this one thing, it clears more energy to allow me to do even more. I feel pride, a sense of accomplishment, and everything that I do works, and nothing but good results come. I am capable, and I am whole. So the way I look at it is when we release trapped emotions, our body's used to having that energy there, and it wants to, it's like when you take a blanket off and it's cold, you're like, I need that blanket back, right? The physiology wants the blanket back. So by tapping, we give ourselves a new blanket. We reprogram our brain to be okay with no longer having that old blanket and creating a new blanket instead. And it allows our physiology to catch up with the changes that we've created on an energetic level. So that feels really nice. I still feel some apprehension, but it's gone down a lot. My neck, my shoulders, my stomach is relaxed. I can breathe with more ease. So let me know in the comments below, how are you feeling? What did this session uncover for you? I'm really curious. I'm going to be doing more of my own sessions and recording them and sharing them. And I will be doing some recordings to talk more about the process, why these things work. So if you liked this video, please like the video and be sure to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for the next round. Namaste, and good luck tackling all the things on your list that your executive dysfunction has gotten in the way of you finishing. Bye-bye.